that way, we can be sure that if we're delivering housing to the higher end of the market, which as a housing corporation we have no business with, I mean, that is really the purview of OPIC, then what would happen is that we can then take from, as he says it, the haves to service the have-nots. And I'll give you an example of a development which the Housing Corporation midwife on behalf of government. It's an estate of 200 units, 160 has been built for public servants in Ogun State. Now, that particular project is, to me, the first of its kind in the state, because in the past there have been interventions and attempts to deliver housing to public servants. But if you know my governor very well, you'll have heard him say many times, Ogun standard. And that simply means you don't build anything that you yourself cannot live in. You don't build a shop that you can't, give your wife. Or, yes. So the houses have been built to quite exacting standards, laid out excellently. And the key thing there is there's a financial intervention. So the first thing is there's a subsidy program that's been introduced. So it's 30% subsidized, on top of which there's a payment plan that's been introduced. So those are the things that one would need to do to help people up the property ladder, particularly the people at the lower end of the pyramid. And the only way that's possible is either you have an intervention fund which you deliberately set aside, or a second strategy, or together you take from the house because you have done projects for the house to service the house.
So this playing field now, are you using this subsidized method?
No.
And as she has, what are the payment plans?
No, in Plainfields we are not, because the target is the middle income earner. I mean, one thing I mentioned is the location. It's right.
This footage now, this is the Plainfield estate, or is it?
No, this is actually Orange Valley, which is a development that was done by OPIC. And as I mentioned, OPIC's intervention is really more upmarket. So they do middle to higher income. Now, we step in just below OPIC. That's why I said there is synergy between the agencies that do housing. We step in just below OPIC, and we do more affordable housing. OPIC's Orange Valley is priced at about 30 million. We come in at between 9 and the 20. Now, in the past year, I have to mention that we have developed housing in the range from 4.5 to 30. So that tells you a story that really you're looking...
4.5 million to 30 million?
Yes.
Okay.
So the 4.5 million is, a two-bedroom flat in AAK Degun Metros Estate, which is the development for the civil servants. Now, a two-bedroom, really quite large unit in a place where there's water and power supply and tarred roads and drains, you would easily recognize that that has been subsidized to some degree or the other.
Without a doubt.
Yes. So, if the more we work at this, the more we're able to lower the price and also up the price, because what you gain from those kinds of projects is what you then can put back into the lower end.
How was it financed?
In this case, actually, the corporation got seed funding from His Excellency. I have to thank him again for that. And then people started to see what we were doing and were immediately impressed that we were putting all of the essential services and infrastructure in place and started to make down payments. So incredibly, we have managed to build the estate largely on the seed funding, which was reasonable, substantial from government, and then on down payments.
Okay, now
those were government back.
Well, yes. Well, actually, maybe this is a good opportunity to say, please.
To write it off.
So we can build the next.
So we can do the next one.
Okay, that means you won't go back for another seed funding.
The next one will be bigger.
So for those who are interested, what payment plan do you have in place?
Yes. So we started with asking people to make a payment confirmation of 50%. Now it might
50.
50. Now it might sound like a
little, like a lot,
like a little high. But the reason for that was because we recognized that there were so many people who wanted to buy. And there were people who came, should I say, with cash. And people who came who wanted multiples, and we avoided that. So the estate has been sold to people who are either owning their first homes ever, or owning the first homes in Abeokuta.
How do you check to ensure this person is owning his first home or